Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, we are from Group 3 as a formative team. Our members are I'm Farras Thomas as the first speaker, Habib Adli as the second speaker, and the last one, Fauzanul Wirsa as the third speaker. And in this occasion, we would like to present about is higher education a necessary prerequisite for an individual's financial success in the future. So, let's check it out. Talking about education, of course, has become a major need that cannot be abandoned at this time, considering how important education is to support a better future. Higher education can lead to many benefits, including a prosperous career and financial security. Higher education is indeed needed to obtain knowledge that is used as capital to take jobs and advance careers. Through education, a person will be measured his potential for a career that must be prepared for the future, such as the world of work. The mindset and future potential will be obtained is directly proportional to the education that a person takes. In the reality of life, there are people who do not get education that can be successful, but it only happens 1 to 1,000. The benefits of higher education in the 21st century are not just career-oriented, but being able to develop yourself is invaluable, and having higher education helps you do that. Of course, everyone hopes to be able to receive the education that is suitable for their future. Broader job prospects will be obtained by taking higher education. Some underlying can be drawn to support the idea why is higher education a necessary prerequisite for an individual's financial success in the future.
Firstly, higher education is important to improve skills and knowledge. Higher education is a process to develop the abilities that have been obtained in high school. If you want to focus on work orientation or entrepreneurship, academic pathways bachelor are the most appropriate choice. While for those who are graduates of SMK or other vocational schools, the choice to study in the vocational pathway diploma is more appropriate because oriented to the practical work skills they have obtained from previous vocational schools. Secondly, today's universities are the lowest education standards. Time has changed. In the past, going to college and getting a bachelor's degree was something that was luxurious in the eyes of society. But now, the number of bachelors is very large. All vacancies now use the minimum standards of a bachelor's, or at least associate degree. Well, can you imagine if those who have graduated from college or university can be unemployed? How about those who only get to high school or vocational schools education? That's why higher education are so important. And then, higher education opens insight and knowledge to make minds more mature. In lectures, students don't only learn about course material to get grades and diplomas. The association of students in the world of campus is also useful for developing personalities and changing our perspective on something for the better. See problems from various points of view and are also more able to think of various ways to find solutions.
Next, the higher the education, the greater the job opportunities. Being a high school graduate doesn't open up the doors to many rewarding careers as it didn't past generations. Data from CNN Indonesia, there are 1.8 million people who have to find work with high school degrees and must compete with 1.3 million college graduates, both bachelor and diploma. This comparison certainly clarifies how narrow the job opportunities for high school graduates when competing with college graduates. A higher education trains you in your chosen field, but it also teaches you to understand complex subjects, think analytically, and communicate your ideas effectively. You also learn important skills such as organizations, self-discipline, and how to see a task from start to finish. A higher education helps you become more professional and gives you many work-related skills. Whatever work you desire, college is a way to get provisions in the world of work later. Some of the directors of large companies must have good levels of education. Other cool professions such as engineers, doctors, and so on will also be directly proportional to the salary you get.
Next, study as high as possible can increase our standing in the eyes of God and human. From adherents of any religions, there must be teachings to study as high as possible and continue to learn. For example, as a Muslim, there is a belief that those who study, God will elevate his rank and strengthen his position. Bachelor degree, of course, seen as better off in society than those who don't go to college. That's an important reason why you have to go to college.
Therefore, it is recommended that you should take the higher education because time has changed. University became the lowest education standard for the society today. People who take the higher education have higher job opportunity than those who doesn't because the job provider nowadays is looking for those who has a higher education than those who doesn't. In the provider's eyes, the higher the higher the degree is, the more mature he is to do his job. It is okay to take vocational education though, but you can only take the job that you learn in previous education. And if you are a religious person, then you should take the higher education. Because if you take the higher education, God will elevate your rank and strengthen your position.
I think that's all. Thank you for your attention and sorry for all of our mistakes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.